Welcome back to the GSL. I'm Tasteless, with me as Artosis, and we saw, sadly, Huck go out of the tournament.
It's too bad,
I guess
man.
it's not actually the saddest thing. I mean, MC is
played
very
better.
good. Yeah, he did play better.
There's not a whole lot to say. I mean, we already kind of went over the matches. Huck made some mistakes, and he lost because of them. That's what happens, man. He played well, though.
So, look, the results so far, we just, as we saw MC move on.
And Hongen as well.
Hongen. So 2 Protoss. Now, no matter what, we're going to have 2 Terrans advance.
Remember last time that, yeah, that's true. We're going to have TVP in the top 4, man. Hongen and MC, last time they played together, PvP. Remember, Hongen was like actually in the area of 4 gates going DT off 1 gate, and like MC just goes in his base and kills him, and Hongen was like,
come on, man.
So I think, yeah, that's kind of funny.
Look,
Anyways.
it's going to be very tough for Hongen. And, you know, to be frank, Hongen barely scraped by against Zenio. So, that's all I got to say, Artosis.
Our next match, Byun against NaDa. This is going to be pretty interesting because Byun is kind of a strategical player. He's a tactical player.
I was about to say he's a tactical player, a little bit. And NaDa's just very well-rounded.
Yeah,
he's solid.
He's
the Renaissance nerd.
He's definitely the better player, I would say, overall. But that doesn't mean that Byun can't take him out. Absolutely not. He is, being a strategical, tactical player, you can take out some of these big monsters like NaDa. Absolutely can happen. His TVT is pretty strong. But what I most want to see is, are we going to see the continuation of mech? We've seen more and more mech in the Korean scene for TVT. It's getting more and more popular. We've seen almost 50% of the games have been at least one person going actual mech. I'm not talking just a lot of siege tanks. I'm talking siege tanks and Hellions with some Vikings.
You know, we talk about metagame a lot here, but really to hammer this home, I mean, Terran vs. Terran kind of started out with Marine Marauder against Marine Marauder, which is a little bit weird. We've seen it shift a little bit into Marine Siege Tank, and now eventually it's become Siege Tank Hellion. So we'll see if it continues to shift, or if older styles come back into play. Here's our first player, Byun. He's a really smart guy. You know, when we were casting Code, working a ton. It's a real treat to have these other commentators down here because we get to play a little bit more. So we're a little bit more acquainted with some of the newer strategies we're seeing. When we were commentating Code, we got to see this guy's journey through Code.
You know,
and really be wowed by him.
Yeah. The finals, him against Top, still one of my favorite TVT matches ever. Barely lost to Top. It's very close. And his TVT overall has been pretty solid throughout. Even though we saw his first Terran record maybe wasn't the greatest, he's still, I think he's quite fine at TVT. NaDa, on the other hand, Tesa, so we got to show that NaDa's really mad. I got stuff to say about him.
Well, we can make that happen, Artosis. Here he is, the Renaissance nerd, currently ranked 7th overall in the GSL, and that is not due to him actually being a champion in any one GSL, but basically being consistent enough to almost always get top 8 or top 4.
Yeah, he's so solid, man. That's actually what he does. He just always gets high. His TVT against Keen, I believe it was, on Tall Drum Altar. Do you remember that, Tasus? He went like 4 or 5 Reapers. Amazing TVT. You have to watch if you haven't seen it. All right, so make sure you.
Well, it's definitely a strategy that you can really take home with you.
It is so cool.
It's like so complex, but the way it actually pans out is so simple. He got a haircut.
He looks good.
Looks good. Not bad.
People always look really good after they get a haircut. You're like, oh wow, you look sharp.
No, I'm always a little bit nervous.
You actually need a haircut.
Do I need a haircut?
You do. You either need a haircut.
That's because my Orca Fin hairdo is like slowly, tilting over. But the thing is, if I get the long hair, then I end up getting beavered. Or the makeup lady, she beavers my hair.
I like it when your hair gets long and curly, though. I think you look good like that. You haven't had that hairstyle in at least 5 years.
I'll bring it back.
You should do it.
Actually, last time I had my hair long enough, they started to curl in my long locks, and then they curled my hair. I'm like, no, what are you doing? Just leave it just like that. Don't get the curler out.
He has to sit at the barbers for hours. His curlers are in there.
Got my bathrobe on, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly.
My daughter locked herself in the bathroom. She won't go to school today. I'm banging on the door like, open this door now.
When you're hot as hell.
The map is dual site. This is a map artistically inspired by maps like Han. And it's going to be a pretty exciting Terran versus Terran. The countdown has started. So we're going to get this going right away. Byun against NaDa. Terran versus Terran. Byun, young blood here in esports history. NaDa, he's old school, man. He's old, he's established, he's accomplished, and everybody wants a piece of him. Let's see if Byun can do that. The game has actually loaded up, so when our crane commentators are ready, we're going to close this out. And it looks like that time is now. Head-to-head, Byun against NaDa. Who will win and move on? We're going to find out soon enough. You want to do it, Artosis?
Over here, in the red, in the nice part of the map. High property value.
Much higher property value. You have?
Hey.
Oh,
you said I could do it.
I start to take control sometimes.
I have been betrayed before, Tasteless. I don't take kindly.
Sorry.
There he is. Here's him a little closer.
Still looks good.
Over here in the blue. In the area of the map, the wrong side of the track, some may say. The Scantipedes over there smoke cigarettes when they're 12. OGS NaDa.
She points at herself. You're not NaDa.
NaDa means it's me.
Even golfers love StarCraft. That's what the picture. Why are you looking at me like that? There was a picture of a golfer.
I was telling you why she pointed to herself. NaDa means it's me. It's a really cute ID. Like both players, not opening gas first. So we won't have any
click command center.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a possibility.
It's like that, or they hide 2 more barracks. Nobody sent out SCVs yet, so it's NaDa going with a 3 racks cheese. All right,
never happened. And that's why it would be good if he did. Well, no gases yet, Tasteless. It does look to me as if these two are both going to go for exactly that. Exactly fast command centers. NaDa has completely walled himself in, so he will not be scouted. Byun will have no idea. He really won't. Maybe a little tiny bit of an idea, but nothing to truly back it up with. No hard facts.
SCVs are under attack. Base is under attack.
All right, so, you know, NaDa
saw no gases.
Go ahead.
He's from seeing no gases, he will know that Byun is going to throw down a command center. Byun just saw the 2 depots in the barracks and ran away. Could not get in. So doesn't know exactly what NaDa's doing, which is, of course, a command center as well. So NaDa's going to, right as of this moment, NaDa is a little bit ahead.
The refinery finishes. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's really all NaDa needs to do is get a little bit ahead. And become a little bit more ahead. And a little bit more ahead, and just keep doing that.
Keep wiggling ahead.
Yeah, man. It's like, you know how worms eat through dirt?
Yeah.
Imagine that the dirt is being ahead. NaDa is the worm.
Oh, I get it now.
Well, Tasteless.
Thank you.
You better hope that NaDa doesn't have a good day, a.k.a. it rains, or he comes right out into the puddles.
Yeah, you can like that. You never seen like a worm in a parking lot?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on, buddy? How'd you get out here? And he's like, I'm dying.
It used to be wet and I was fine, and now everything's drying up. I'm like, all right.
It's hard being a worm.
Pick him up and throw him in the dirt.
Do you pick him up?
Of course, man.
Do you ever like try to pick up the worm and then you accidentally crush it with your little Artosis nerd fingers that are really strong for playing StarCraft, and you're like, I'm a monster. You're like Lenny from A Mice and Men, and you try to pet the mouse, but you just murdered it with your big man hands?
The answer is no, I don't ever do that.
All right, well, I was just wondering. Looks like Byun actually has 1 SCV too many in gas.
4 SCVs are in gas, man. In fact, he's going 3 racks right now, so it looks like he's going to go for the pretty standard, or at least used to be a little bit more standard, Marine Marauder opening. Probably will go right into Siege Tank from that, but it's not a mech opening, which is what I want to see. That's what I'm here for, Tasteless, mech openings. And I want my money back if they don't do it.
All right.
Oh, wait, I didn't pay to...
You get this for free, Artosis.
Yeah, I do.
You work here.
Free.
Looks like NaDa's going to go for a Banshee.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes Banshee into mech. I'd be happy, in fact.
No, it's not a bad choice, really.
Well, blue. Ooh, actually, he gets scanned, and Blue Flame Hellions are on the way. So Byun kind of has some sort of idea of exactly what's going on.
You know what? He might say that that's Siege Tanks, though.
Could be.
I mean, it's not 100%, but he's saying,
I think he's, yeah. I think he would first think probably Blue Flame Hellions, but he doesn't know for sure. You're quite right. He never saw
There's a little bit of a
pop
gray
out.
spot, that's all.
Yeah, yeah. But anyways, Byun is throwing up his factory. You see
Nobody
NaDa.
really controlling the Xel'Naga watchtowers yet. Both sending their stuff out a little bit later.
Those are actually Protoss Warp Gate towers.
That's true. You're right. They're actually not Xel'Naga watchtowers.
Yeah.
They're mini Protoss warp towers.
Kind of weird.
Warp gate towers.
Ooh, he died so quickly, man. Oh my god.
Life is so short for some.
Yeah. Now, we have Byun playing very smartly here. His combat shield's finishing exactly as he reaches the natural. Very well done. Forcing that command center to fly away. It will live, though. Don't worry, guys. NaDa just chilling right there. He has that Hellion, so Byun has to turn around.
He might want to stick with a light contain there for a little bit. And he is.
That.
He is. We'll get a shot of it for you guys, but he is going to do the light contain.
NaDa has the one watchtower on the bottom of the map, and that is going to allow him to realize that he can get these Blue Flame Hellions very close to Byun's base before Byun actually knows.
Also note, if we can get a shot of the bottom right, sorry to be so pushy with our camera shots, NaDa's taking the gold base.
Indeed he is.
There comes the drop. See, there's the gold base he's taking now. So this light container might not be as useful.
Yeah, that's quite true. We'll see what he can do with these Blue Flame Hellions. This is very, very important. Probably drop one here, two in the main. Oh, dropping all three.
Dumping them all out.
Going for it. And the SCVs are running. They're lining up, Tasteless. The best case scenario for NaDa. Picks them up into the medevac. Very well done, but these Marines are going to intercept.
Oh, no way. I think it's actually going to get a...
Oh, and he loses it. All right. Well, NaDa has 34 SCVs, 38 for Byun. And Byun's up by 14 supply, man. NaDa just lost a good 8 supply with that drop. But he did kill a few SCVs, which is nice.
Yeah, you see NaDa was forced into making siege mode because he wants to get out of here. I think he's saying, wait a minute, maybe he's not that well.
That one Marauder is actually scaring him. He realizes, oh, that Marauder's going to do very well against Hellions.
Oh, nice bait. Oh, my God.
Oh, NaDa actually messing up a little bit here. Not getting a ton of kills with those first couple Hellions. Not getting any splash on. Very nice spread.
Oh, my God. This is how good Combat Shields is.
Wow. And
wow.
that
all
spread,
infantry is
that
dead.
Spread actually did so much as well, Tasteless. I mean, basically, NaDa's splash damage did not do anything.
Yeah.
So his Hellions, which are supposed to do, more than just one hit, they're supposed to get a few hits, got just one each. And, wow, that was just really well done by Byun. See, he's a strategical, tactical player.
Ah, and here's what you were talking there, Tosis. Mech
time. Well, NaDa right now, making Vikings, Hellions, and Siege Shanks. That is the bread and butter of mech play. His gold base is up. He's dropping his mules down there. Byun has no idea yet. Not really scouting. But he may do so after cleaning out this watchtower.
All right, so now Byun, I think Byun's handling this perfectly, but, we got to watch for trends that we've seen on this map, and actually all matchups. People love to sneak the gold base on this.
They love it,
Tasteless. We need to see players scouting this a little bit more because this map out of all maps, it's not like Xel'Naga Caverns, or excuse me, Xel'Naga, or no, Metalopolis, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Where, people take the gold, and it's like, well, they're going to find out in the next minute.
Yeah.
Somebody can have the gold for even up to 10 minutes. They can even mine it out before you find out, so you got to be checking both gold bases.
Absolutely, Tasteless. That is just so true. In fact, we got to just see more scouting overall. The only person that scouts enough is Sage. There, I said it. They should be scouting all game, every game. It's important.
Yeah, it's good Sage does that because he kind of setting the norm for well, I react based off information. Now here he scans.
It's a good scan. Realizes, okay, this is absolutely dedicated mech. No way he doesn't have a bunch of factories. Byun still has no idea.
Oh, what? Dude, there's an SCV hiding in the trees?
Yeah, man.
He might be building a tree house up there?
He just clicked that over real quick on the mini-map. Just like, all right, go scout the gold. So he had a decent timing on scouting the gold, but he misclicked, so he doesn't see it. And ever since nothing comes up on his mini-map, he's, you're moving so quick, sometimes you miss that you missent your SCV.
Oh, dude, I can't believe he's not spotting that.
Yeah.
Byun.
If he did, NaDa would probably have to just lift off and fly away.
Well, because of that, NaDa, if it doesn't get spotted in the next minute or two here, NaDa can actually hitch a lead.
Yeah. In fact, NaDa's making 2 more facts right now. He's going to go up to 6 facts.
He's getting that boost.
And a NaDa with 6 factories. Oh, I just said that. Yeah, this is just like
he
StarCraft
knows.
1, man. It's so nice to see. Yeah, and NaDa's actually going to have to run from here now.
Here they stim.
Uh-oh.
Moving in.
And NaDa definitely going to lose the SCVs. Command Center should make it out of there,
Well, he might be able to put it in the red. We'll see.
I think so, maybe. Well, Byun not actually focus firing on it.
I hate it when I see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, NaDa says, all right, well, most of his army is out of the way. Let's go ahead and move down to the, move out of my base.
And during this time, Tasis, NaDa has made another command center. He's going to go ahead and take the natural third.
Bad choice there by that Marine to attack. All right, so Byun's still in the lead. A little bit more map dominance. His sensor towers are up, too.
In fact, he has 70 SCVs against 58 of NaDa. Of course, that's because NaDa lost quite a few SCVs down at the gold. Well, just some upgrades going on and everything.
There's sort of a critical moment where Terran gets enough siege tanks, and whenever they siege, everything dies.
Yes.
And we might have NaDa at that point in time now.
We may, in fact. Let's see. He has 12 siege tanks. So he does probably want a few more. And here we go. This is a very strong move by Byun. Beautiful tank placement. That's going to stop the Hellions from doing too well. They're going to cover that army very well. And the Hellions, of course, not even good against Marauders.
One Banshee out here, and it does go down. Tank sieging up. They scan, but it's a little bit too late there. And NaDa should clean up those siege tanks over there. Meanwhile, these Marine Marauder group down here attacking a ton of depots right now. It looks like about beyond like 15 supply ahead right now.
Well, he is actually getting further and further ahead.
Oh my God! Look how much damage
like
Marauders
25 supply ahead.
Oh!
Wow!
Oh, but this Viking catches up.
Marauders do make it out and find these mules. Wow, Byun right now just playing very, very well. NaDa losing a ton of units during this attack.
Yeah, NaDa really got crippled there. A lot of this goes back to him having that contain.
One thing we do have to point out, though, is that Byun, he only has one factory. Oh, no, well, he does 2 now, but he's down to 1 siege tank, whereas before he had about 6. So that's going to be a problem against NaDa, who has so many siege tanks and will get so cost-efficient against these Marines and Marauders that they may be almost useless.
Nice, denying the SCV, which was making that expansion. Meanwhile, Byun trying to get the rest of the gold minerals at his own gold base, which NaDa had occupied earlier.
Well, right now we do have 73 SCVs for Byun, 63 for NaDa. Byun taking the gold base that NaDa stole a bunch of minerals from.
I think NaDa right now is at somewhat of a loss. You know, he knows with the siege tanks being as slow as they are and the risk of counterattacks being so big, you know, he has to make a very scary decision.
He's going to have to leapfrog tanks a couple times here. Tasis moves his SCVs very smartly. Does not want to lose those.
And you can see the Marauders are just being too cost-effective right now. He can stem 4 right in there and take out 2 tanks and still leave with 2 Marauders.
And
all right, here we go. He's going to stem into this.
Good scan and siege move up there. Marauders trying to target down the siege tank.
You know what? Actually, Byun totally screwed up in that attack. He targeted the Thor. He needed to target fire not the Thor, but the siege tanks.
Yeah, the Thor is there to be target fired. That's what NaDa wants. Never give NaDa what he wants. Well,
and from here, you know what? He targeted down that Thor, but he does have these medevacs that are loaded up. He might actually be dropping on top of them. No! He's going to go towards the main.
Well, he's killed some turrets there when he was in it the first time, although he does not know that NaDa has rebuilt them. And dropping is a terrible idea. And in fact, the drop into Byun's main, look at that, goes right into the missile turrets, and will he lose it? He does lose one with 2 Marauders still on board. And NaDa with that Banshee, man, these Marauders might not do so well.
All right, he needs to raise the depots.
Very nice. And that will be
beautiful. Look at that. Really only 1 tank was lost during all that. So
NaDa, by the way, is at 17 siege tanks, and he's still pumping them out 4 at a time. And wow, that's just amazing. Getting that many siege tanks, there's just no way Marine Marauder is going to be useful.
And he could basically snake his way down here with the siege tanks. And I mean, Terran could stim and run in there, but every time they run in, they're at risk of just being obliterated by the siege tank shots. Sheesh.
Well, NaDa is deciding it is time, Tasteless, to push down this map to start killing some Byun Expos.
Oh, he's going to try to drop on top of all this.
That's a pretty good move. In fact, he does stim in the front as well. NaDa does end up cleaning it up without losing too much. Still has a good number of siege tanks down here, about 11. This Thor looks like it will finally fall. But what does Byun really have left? He has a little bit more supply still, but his units are just kind of being cleaned up. NaDa's still with 11 tanks around.
But the longer that Byun has his gold base up, the better. He's able to produce a lot more Marines, a lot more Marauders.
NaDa has to kind of stabilize this push. Notice the turret going up.
Hard push.
Yeah. And that's going to be smart. I mean, this is just Marine Marauder play that's kind of keeping him away.
But you know what right now Byun's utilizing is the fact that his opponent's army can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah,
so he's counterattacking over here at the upper left.
Oh, this is a huge counterattack right here. There's 4 mules out right now. That is something that you have to take into consideration. A ton of SCs going down. In fact, he's going to get that, Tasteless. That is going down. Goodbye to the orbital. Great counterattack right now.
Damn.
NaDa cannot be happy with this situation.
Well, I mean, he's going to secure another base over here that's close to the gold. So even though, you know, Byun is going to lose this gold base down here, it looks like, I mean, at least NaDa will have control of that one area over there. Oh, sending the SCVs, I don't know if that was a wise decision.
Oh, well, NaDa right now with this huge set of siege tanks. The thing is, Byun is still making a lot of siege tanks. He's going 2 siege tanks at a time. NaDa's economy is drying up a little bit, where he can't quite make as many at a time as he was before. And Byun has some of his own siege tanks, so it's going to be very hard for NaDa to be super cost efficient, which is what he kind of needs to do.
All right, these are Marine bombs here, making the Marines that are being killed, at least the splash damage from the siege tanks of his that are going to be hitting him, it pays for itself. It's pretty good. And another attack over here.
Very nice attack by Byun. If he takes out that orbital, Tasteless, but in fact, well, runs back and forth. The SCV's coming up. Byun has the medevac, so those SCVs aren't going to do anything at all.
How many minerals are at Byun's mineral base?
His blue base still has half of its minerals left. And Byun forcing the runaway by NaDa. NaDa kind of falling apart a little bit.
Well, it's getting a little bit of a messy game here. NaDa's definitely the one who's behind in supply, but I'm really curious how this is going to pan out as far as the players that controlling the expansions. You know, it's kind of an interesting spot they're in. Since it does look like right now NaDa has a new base with more money. Uh-oh.
Oh, my God, and it's going to go down.
Huge.
Oh, Byun. Well, NaDa going to secure this base, realizing, uh-oh, the only thing I need right now is a mining base, and these drops are just slaughtering his siege tanks. You know, one thing is, he's lost any Vikings he had earlier.
Yeah.
You have to have Vikings with this. It's very, very important. In fact, NaDa is going to have to just leave the game, man. He's being pulled apart right now.
We just saw it in there with those Marauders and the siege tanks.
Yeah, that was just too many lost. And this is going to be it.
Byun's good, man. He played this very well.
Yeah, he really did.
From start to finish. Goodbye,
GG.
Orbital, and goodbye, NaDa. Better luck in game number 2.
NaDa opened up really strongly. I liked his early game plays. Byun did that one really nice drop into NaDa's main. Didn't do too much. NaDa dealt with it. And then NaDa kind of pushed a little bit too fast. With the mech play, you're normally going to want to max out.
There were too many counterattacks.
Yeah, he was just kind of running around the army, hitting that third base of NaDa too many times. NaDa needed to actually secure everything. When you're playing this style, you don't just kind of attack with a medium amount. Kind of remind me of that Hongen game, where Hongen's like, well, I have 160 supply and a great unit composition. Yeah, you do, but when you're playing the super cost-effective guy, get that sick ball that can never die. Get so many siege tanks that you make a line across the whole thing. You move them up, and you move them up, and actually there's no way for him to go. Where's he? He can't run past.
We saw him sort of doing that with that one push where he was heading towards the gold base and then trying to secure the blue base. Where it was like, all right, I see what you're doing. You have enough siege tanks that basically your army can always move out and have siege to cover them. but then he didn't have his main base defended.
Yeah. And
he might have wanted to start putting planetaries at that expansion.
Byun simply won because of that.
That's how Byun simply won.
He had a lot of fun.
All right, so we're going to show you guys the eliminated maps. They both eliminated Belshire Beach.
People hate the beach, man.
I like the beach.
I like the beach as well. It's a lot of fun.
I'm a beach guy.
No, you're not. Oh, that was
right.
so funny. So
It's like the greatest lie I've ever told. It's like that I'm an outdoorsy person. Okay. It's time for Xel'Naga Fortress. Great map. Great fortress. Xel'Naga, great people.
You know, as far as fortresses go, it doesn't look that ominous to me. I don't know.
You don't know?
I would not choose that as my location to defend.
I'd live on Metalopolis, man. I'm a city guy. All right, head-to-head here. Byun against NaDa. Can NaDa come back right now? Byun is outclassing him. We're going to find out soon in this Terran vs. Terran here at the Code S GSL.